Welcome back for another episode of the Real Cinema Show. My name is Rob,
I'm Devin.
and on this show we talk about movies. We talk about trailers,
Yeah.
movies that we saw, movies that we're going to see, and we have a lot to get into today, Devin. So we are going to start with our weekend recap. Did I say that correctly?
Yes.
It sounded like I was about to say that wrong.
No, you got it.
Anyways, so we saw two movies, or at least you saw two movies.
Yes.
What did you see?
I saw the movie everyone has been waiting the entire year to see. Red One.
Okay.
And by everyone, I mean no one. This is Dwayne Johnson's new Christmas movie coming out in November, of course.
Yep.
It was just, okay. I wanted it to just be, fun. I knew it was an awful movie by the trailers. Everyone could tell that pretty much.
Okay.
Wasn't that funny to me, to be honest. There was only a few times where I really laughed out loud. So, most of the jokes didn't work for me that well. They were I was like, oh, okay, kind of funny. And then, honestly, the best part of the movie for me was the action scenes. I thought the fights were pretty good. Chris Evans in the movie, he's supposed to be playing this, really good hacker.
Yeah.
But it's funny, there's a scene early on, not his first scene, but a few scenes early on for him. He realizes, oh my god, I have to fight a bunch of guys right now. And he just becomes Captain America and has the ability to fight a bunch of really highly trained security guards or people trying to take him down.
Interesting.
Which
what I got from the trailer was that there at least was going to be a good buddy cop element to the movie, a good team up, funny,
that works a little bit, I think.
Yeah.
That's the main point of the movie, or the heart of it, I guess.
Yeah. And and that works.
That works okay enough. It's not phenomenal chemistry or anything by any means, but it works. So it's Chris Evans is just all of a sudden Captain America at times where I'm like, oh, you're just that good of a fighter or whenever now.
Yeah.
There's a few scenes of good kind of story or messaging, I guess, about being naughty, being nice, and just in general about trying to be a good person.
Yeah.
Christmas in general. So, really nothing special.
Okay. So nothing special.
No.
What are you gonna rate the movie 1 out of 10?
I would give it a 6.5, kind of 7, where it's just kind of underpassing for me. I saw it with a friend.
Okay.
And he liked it a little bit more in terms of the jokes. So I guess they worked a little bit better for him. But one more thing, dialogue was terrible. It was there's parts where I was like, he didn't just say that. Just end it now. This is awful. Stop with this movie now, please.
So I made a good choice not to see it, or
yeah, I mean, if you had something better to do, yeah, sure. It's
Okay.
I remember reading online, people were going, "Why is this Christmas movie releasing now?"
Yeah.
And people made the point, well, it's Wicked's coming out, Gladiator, a bunch of other big movies are going to take the spotlight away from it.
Yeah.
And also, Amazon probably just wants to throw this out now, get it going for a few weeks, and then put it on Prime around Christmas time, which makes sense when you think about it.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, but everyone that has Prime already has Prime, so
just to boost up have some Christmas content, I guess.
Yeah, I guess.
And it also made $35 million opening weekend, I believe. So big
off
flop.
a $250 million budget.
Oh yeah, so it's a big flop already for the movie.
Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna move on to the next film. We are Real Cinema.
Yes.
But this movie is a Netflix original, right?
Netflix bought the rights to it. They didn't make this movie, I believe.
But it's still a Netflix original. Netflix is distributing the movie.
Well, yeah, they just bought the distribution rights. They didn't produce it, I don't think, or make the movie. That's what I mean.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean anything.
But, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
If Netflix owns the rights to the movie, it's a Netflix original.
Got you. Okay.
Yeah. As long as it wasn't released beforehand.
Okay.
By
Okay.
another studio or something.
All right. Sorry.
And this movie, if anyone's seen the last several episodes, we've talked about this movie. I feel like
probably 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, and my consensus was just always I've never these trailers didn't do anything for me.
Okay.
I didn't really know what the tone was. I didn't really know what this movie was really going for. In one trailer, it was it seemed like it was a brutal cartel movie, and then in the next trailer, it's a musical.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm glad that I'm glad that I didn't retain anything watching those trailers.
Okay.
Because those were very forgettable trailers for me.
Okay.
So when I put it on when it came out, well, actually, I just finished it, but I started it when it came out. I was pleasantly surprised.
Okay.
I knew that, and did I say the movie? What this movie's title?
I don't think you did.
I'm talking about Amelia Perez, by the way.
I kept saying that to myself. I was like,
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm talking about Amelia Perez, starring Selena Gomez, Zoe Saldana. I don't know who the other actress is in
Carlos
this.
Sofia Gascon.
Yeah, I've never seen her in anything before. But for those of you that don't know what this movie is, because Netflix doesn't market their movies, this movie is. I'm trying to remember what the synopsis was. Basically, this cartel leader hires this lawyer to help this person transition out of the life of being a cartel member to become a woman that he's always wanted to be.
That's pretty much what the synopsis is. Yeah,
right. And I thought this movie worked on every level, honestly. Okay. It's a musical, which is very bizarre for a cartel violent, a violent cartel movie. And it was nice to see something original. Like, I feel like if the Oscars were today, I feel like I would have voted for this as like a best original screenplay.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's fair.
Yeah. Anyways, what are your thoughts?
I think we kind of have complete opposite thoughts. Where I was going in, I heard the praise at Cannes in May when it first got all the talk about this movie going.
Yeah.
And I loved every trailer. And then, complete opposite of you, I really thought the movie didn't blow me away, kind of, or I set myself up too high, I guess, with expectations. Where I'm like, this sounds like it's gonna be amazing. And then the musical, there was a lot of musical in the movie because obviously it was labeled a musical, but I didn't know to what extent of like, is it going to be like a Joker musical or is it going to be like a few songs here and there?
Yeah.
But I was like, oh, we're just singing all of a sudden in the middle of the street all of a sudden here and there at random points.
That's how musicals are. And you texted me that. You're like, in musicals, do they just start singing out of nowhere for no reason? Yeah, that's what a musical is.
I know.
That's what they do.
I was just like so used to it, not used to it, I guess, because I haven't seen so many in recent times. And I'm like, okay, this is just kind of what's happening here.
You know what I did like that I feel like, and I'm by no means an expert in musicals, but this movie did something slightly different than what I'm than normal. What I'm used to seeing is that this movie used musical elements to get through like a dialogue scene.
Yeah.
And it wasn't necessarily like a musical number. It was just like the way they were talking to each other was there was musicality to it. And I thought that was done really well.
I also thought like there were times in this movie where I was like, okay, you could kind of just end it now because there's not like felt like rising tension or like, okay, it looks like everything's just kind of happening or like there's not building towards a next thing. Like the first act you could have almost, I thought like ended like, okay, or the second act where like, okay, this person's now trying to do this with their life, the main character. And I'm like,
I see kind of what you mean.
Yeah.
Like this movie does play as like a triptych, where it's like it could have been like part 1, part 2, part 3. You know how like movies have chapters?
Yeah.
I feel like this movie could have had 3 chapters.
Yeah.
Right. Like the acts aren't entirely connected. They don't like flow into each other, if that makes sense.
Where it's not like great pacing, do you think, or is it that?
No, not great pacing. Just it's not. This movie's not plot driven. I don't think.
Yeah, then that's fair.
You know, it's not like this person needs the suitcase. And, like what the movie is about isn't entirely clear. You have to go through it and experience the movie for you to know what the movie is.
Yeah, that's fair. It's a whole journey where you see this character go through a lot before transitioning and after, and the ramifications of that in a lot of ways of how she deals with certain aspects of her life and family.
Yeah.
After that, and decent third act, I thought by the end, which worked out fairly well.
Yeah. As the second act was ending, I looked over to Stephanie, and I was like, okay, so at this point, things are gonna get really bad, right? Everything's about to get real violent, and you know, spoiler alert, it's a cartel movie. Come on, it ends pretty violently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not a happy ending movie.
No, not a happy ending.
Mm-hmm.
But speaking of happy endings, no, I'm just kidding.
That's the show.
What do you rate Amelia Perez?
For me, it's a 7.5. Like, it did more than I like. It was above average, but for me, kind of, I guess I had different expectations, not fully understanding what it would be. I guess.
Yeah.
So that's like kind of on me more than anything. But still good. I think for what is, everyone's gonna interpret this very differently. I think for what it is as a pretty original.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, it worked on every level for me. I thought the music element was original and was done really well. The choreography was really good.
Mm-hmm.
I thought there was intense situations that the characters found themselves in.
Yeah.
That I thought was really good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna give this 8.5.
Oh, okay, nice.
Yeah.
Actually, now that I think about it more, the musical elements early on were like, I was just me getting like used to it. I'm going, okay, what's happening? But like some of the later ones, like Zoe Saldana at that like banquet, that musical worked like really well for me. And like as they kept going, I was like, okay, this is actually like kind of working. I kind of like got accustomed and went, okay, no, this makes sense. Now I'm actually remembering how a musical works again.
Yeah.
More than anything. But yeah, okay.
So
nice.
yeah, we're gonna move on from our weekend recap, and we're gonna move to trailers of the week. Forgive me, everyone. We're gonna get through this together.
Yes.
2 high school newbies make a decision to crash the last major celebration before the new millennium on New Year's Eve, 1999. But the night becomes even more crazier than they could have ever dreamed when the clock strikes midnight. This is the trailer for Y2K, releasing December 6th. Devin, what do you think of the trailer for Y2K?
I thought this trailer was all right. I liked the first one a lot better, to be honest. This one was like a Bill Clinton commentary throughout a good part of this trailer, I thought, which is kind of interesting. This one dove more into the horror aspect of this film because it's labeled a horror comedy. Mm-hmm. I like the comedy aspect better in the first one. I'm still kind of excited for this one. It looks fun. And also, I was not born during Y2K. You were alive during this one, not to make you feel old. But do you remember it at all? Or I think you were pretty young still, right?
I mean, there's just like a lot of little references in the trailer that kind of brought me back a little bit.
Yeah.
I remember seeing Bill Clinton on TV.
Okay.
But yeah, no, like I thought this trailer looked great.
Okay.
I didn't see the first one, so I don't know exactly what you're talking about.
Okay.
But what I took from this is that there's some practical effects that I thought were done pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
That they did the practical effects in the same way that 90s TV did practical effects.
Oh, okay.
Like the effects felt kind of like Power Rangers on TV. Like just like kind of like weird. And, I don't know. Just that's the vibe I got from it.
The first trailer, it was a lot more comedy. It was this guy talking to his friend. He's like, he asked this girl at this party, and then he goes to that party where that girl's at. Yeah. And they're all having fun, and then like power goes out, and then a bunch of stuff happens, and like Y2K is real, and then they all like making jokes. Yeah. And then this kind of like robot like machines rolls into like the living room, and then it like has an aerosol can in one hand and like a lighter in the other. And lights it. So that was the first trailer, and the first trailer was pretty good.
That was in the second trailer too.
Oh, okay, yeah, briefly.
That little, yeah.
It was like a extended version than the first one, I guess. Yeah. But yeah, pretty good. So I'm still looking forward to seeing this one. I'll be seeing it. What about you?
Yeah, I'm gonna see it.
Okay.
Yeah, this movie was this is his first film that this director has made.
Yeah, Kyle Mooney.
Yeah, he is an actor. What's his name?
Kyle Mooney.
I don't know. Maybe if I saw his face, I'd know who he is.
Possibly. He's on SNL. He's an SNL regular.
Oh, okay. So so he's familiar with that side of the camera. Mm-hmm. So usually this is like the natural progression from an actor. Mm-hmm. They make their first movie. Yeah. So we'll see how this turns out, but yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
All right, nice.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna go to our second trailer. Better Man is based on the true story of the meteoric rise, the dramatic fall, and the remarkable resurgence of British pop star Robbie Williams. Better Man releases January 17th. What do you think of the trailer?
This movie needs to not be released. This is... I cannot take... If this movie was just him normally as an actor instead of an ape, I could actually be down for this movie. But, like, there are early scenes in the trailer where there's, like, a baby ape, and he's, like, talking to, like, his grandma. I just wanted to, like, be like, no, stop. Please just stop completely.
When you saw the original trailers,
yes,
did you hate it as much as you're hating it now?
pretty much. But I think I hate it almost more now with this.
Oh, okay. Because I feel the opposite.
Really?
I feel like, I'm like, you know what? That trailer wasn't bad. Although, I'm still not going to see it. Right? Like, this, it's like they chat GPT'd, you know, musical artist biopic. Copy paste. And then, how do we make it interesting? Let's make me an ape. Like, what?
Why?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't want to. Like, it seriously would be like, it seriously has potential if this was just an actor. Like, if
But then again, if it's just an actor, then it's a biopic the same
about
old thing we saw a million times. You know.
Yeah.
That's the only thing.
I don't know how this got greenlit though. It's really just they're like, oh, let's do apes. Paramount's like, let's do apes. I love Paramount, but why? More apes.
Yeah, maybe I would feel different if I liked Robbie Williams, his music, you know, but I don't know a single song of his.
I read the comments, yeah.
And what were you gonna say?
I read the comments of this trailer. Everyone's saying Robbie Williams, right?
Yeah, Robbie.
He's
Williams.
like huge outside of the U.S. And like some people are like saying, I'm gonna finally see him, but like apparently he's just a massive star outside the U.S. So that's why we don't know.
Yeah, so it's like it's releasing here and no one knows who he is.
Well,
like,
yeah, I guess.
You know?
It's probably releasing everywhere too, not just here.
Yeah, but
limited release on Christmas and then it's wide on that January 17th.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm passing.
So am I.
Okay. Fair enough. We move on to engaged in a mysterious relationship with her dead best friend from the army. A female Afghanistan veteran comes head-to-head with her Vietnam vet grandfather at the family's ancestral lake house. That movie is My Dead Friend Zoe, releasing February 28th. What did you think of the trailer?
I thought this was pretty good. Looks like it was based on a true story when I was watching the trailer, which made me have even bigger interest because I forgot, like, I even forgot the synopsis and title. I was like, oh, wait, that person's not real all of a sudden. Like,
yeah.
Early on, I was like, oh my God, she's just like kind of losing it about her friend. And it's real tough. And it looks like it's going to be a really emotional drama by the looks of it. And a decent comedy as well. I'm looking forward to this one. I didn't think I would be, but with the cast as well, I'm definitely going to be there to see this one.
I don't know.
Really?
I don't know. It was nice seeing Morgan Freeman in something.
And Ed Harris.
Yeah, but it's... The trailer felt bizarre to me, and not in a good way. Like, I don't know what the tone of this movie is. I know it's gonna be a comedy mixed in with some drama, obviously.
Yeah.
But something feels emotionally. I feel emotionally disconnected from it.
Huh.
I don't know why. And then, you know, the trailer at the end. Oh, an ending that'll blow your whatever. Or,
maybe they were trying too hard with that part. I can see what you mean with that.
yeah, like, because now whoever's watching the movie is like, oh, what's gonna happen at the end? It's like you kind of spoiled something without spoiling it. You know?
Yeah, that's kind of a bold statement, I think, because you're trying to get people out for this one.
Yeah.
I don't think it's spoiling too much because you didn't say like an ending that will leave you in tears. You just said an ending that's like.
Yeah. But then now you're like waiting, like, well, something crazy is gonna happen, and then like, what if the thing happens that's not as crazy as you thought it would? And you're like, well, I'm not. The thing said it was gonna blow my mind. It didn't blow my mind.
Yeah, fair enough.
That movie sucked. It didn't blow my mind. You know.
I get what you mean. Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. I think maybe it'll grow on me.
Okay.
I didn't hate the trailer.
Okay.
Even though it probably seems like I did. It's just, well, yeah, I don't know. I'm passing for now.
I will be seeing this one it seems pretty good to me.
So you're seeing it?
Yes.
Cool. A CIA cryptographer manages to blackmail his agency into training him to let go. Wait, what? into training him to let go after a group of terrorists who killed his wife. I copied and pasted that, so I apologize. Did you understand what that was?
I don't know what's happening.
Basically, he's blackmailing his agency into training him to go after the people that killed his wife.
Yes.
This movie is The Amateur, starring Rami Malek. Comes out April 11th. What did you think of the trailer?
It looked pretty good. I remember I didn't even read a synopsis or know anything about this when I was going into watching the trailer.
Okay.
And it was really good. At first I was going to be like, oh, it's going to be cliched. He's going to try to save his wife. And I was like, oh, she's dead. Okay, we're going to... Yeah. This is vengeance now, still like cliche. And then I went, okay, they're going to train him. This is going to be like cliche where all of a sudden he's going to get really good at fighting and be John Wick all of a sudden. And I'm like, oh, no, they didn't do that either.
Yeah.
And now it's, oh, he's going to use his own... He's going to use his brain to kill the guys with.
Exactly. Used what he's good at.
Yeah, the line was, did you ever account for the things I'm good at?
Yeah.
Like you said, I was like, oh, this is awesome. Then I'm like, watching, like, this trailer looks great. I'm there for this movie now. This is awesome.
Yep, and I agree with that.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it seems like it's a smarter revenge movie rather than I'm gonna be a badass and kill everyone. Mm-hmm. You know, like
I know I like that little change up kind of where it's like, all right, let's just destroy you in different ways with like blowing up a pool or whatever he did right there in that trailer.
I know, right? That was kind of cool.
I know.
That was a good little moment.
Mm-hmm.
All right, our final trailer.
So we're both seeing that, right?
Oh, yeah, I'm seeing it.
Yes, I'm seeing it too.
Cool. Our final trailer, the 8th entry in the long-running Mission Impossible franchise. That's the whole synopsis because there's no story beats that are released yet. This movie is Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning, releasing May 23rd, 2025.
Yes.
Your favorite movie, I think, is Fallout, right?
Yes.
Okay,
the 6th installment.
Yeah. So what did you think of this?
This trailer was awesome. I have been waiting on this movie for literally years. I think this movie was originally supposed to come out in 2022. Because in 2020, they announced Dead Reckoning and Dead Reckoning Part 2. Like, they're going to be together, filmed back to back and everything. The 2021 and 2022. COVID happened, ruined all those plans. This trailer was awesome. The biplane stunt, you've seen the trailer. That was really done where they took forever to film that in like South Africa and other places.
Wow.
Where he's literally dangling outside of a plane as they're flying it.
Wow.
Just an awesome. It's following up on Dead Reckoning, as continuing on from that story where you didn't see Dead Reckoning, right?
No, I ended up skipping out on Dead Reckoning. It was the week before Barbenheimer, and I didn't want to use my tickets for,
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah. All right. You can be forgiven. So I've always been excited for this one more than Dead Reckoning because Dead Reckoning always felt like a setup from how they were talking about it in comparison to. Where, go on.
Did Dead Reckoning feel like it was a setup movie?
It's still a complete movie in its own sense, but you really get the sense that this is where the big stakes are really going to be.
Yeah.
Where by the end of Dead Reckoning, you get, it's Dead Reckoning is about we got to get a key to unlock the entity, which is basically like an evil AI that's gone rogue. And one guy, the villain of that movie, Isai Morales, I think is how you say his name.
Okay.
He's like working with the AI to like be, evil, be all the power hungry guys.
Yeah.
Everyone wants it because it's the most powerful AI, control governments, all that kind of stuff.
Gotcha.
So this one's they're following up. I don't want to say too much without spoiling the end of the first one, but it looked awesome, and hopefully they don't kill off any of the main characters in this one. Because this one, it's the final one. Final one it looks like possibly.
Well, that's what I was gonna bring that up because this is called The Final Reckoning. I'm a title guy. Calling something The Final Reckoning, I feel like doesn't really fit. Like, just call it Mission Impossible Final Reckoning. You don't need to call it Mission Impossible The Final Reckoning. Because now I think of like a straight to DVD movie. The Final Reckoning. It doesn't flow off the tongue.
Yeah.
As Dead Reckoning.
Mm-hmm.
That That was great.
Yeah.
Kind of flew off the tongue. Anyways, that's besides the point. It's called The Final. So they're insinuating that this is the last mission, right? Now, Tom Cruise was very hesitant to call this The Final Reckoning. Yeah. Because he wants to pump these suckers out.
He said he wants to keep making these into his 80s.
Yeah. Good luck. Good luck doing an airplane stunt when you're 80.
Oh, he'll do it. If anyone's going to do it, he probably would.
Yeah, he will do it. And
yeah.
then fly off and end tragically.
Yeah, that might be how he goes out.
100%. That's how it goes out.
There's a line in this trailer I really love from Kittredge where he says, when the need for certainty is absolute and the odds are deemed impossible, the mission falls to him.
Yeah.
Just like a perfect...
Great. There is a lot of great lines. And I didn't give my thoughts on the trailer. Mm-hmm. This trailer is great.
Yeah.
Yeah. It really is great. It's hyping this up. It's not even a trailer. It's a teaser.
Yeah.
I don't even want them to release a trailer. This alone is like, oh, I'm ready. I don't know what this is, but I'm ready.
Yeah.
So there's that.
No, this is awesome. I can't wait for this one to wrap up the franchise or break my heart or do all of the above at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I'm definitely seeing it. Yeah.
Great.
What about you?
We're both seeing it.
Okay, seen it.
Alrighty. So opening this week, we have 3 films. And I'm going to try to say this as best as I can. I already forgot how to pronounce this guy's name.
Bonhoeffer, right?
Bonhoeffer. As the world teeters on the brink of annihilation, Dietrich Bonhoeffer joins a deadly plot to assassinate Hitler, risking his faith, and fate to save millions of Jews from genocide. Bonhoeffer, pastor, spy, assassin.
Yeah.
Devin, don't die of a stroke over there. Don't choke on your chicken wing.
Okay.
What'd you think?
I thought the trailer was the one trailer I've seen. I haven't seen the other one. I thought it was halfway decent. There's a scene there where he's saying like, England's worried about invasion. My country's been invaded, and I was like, wow, okay. Mm-hmm. And it seems pretty interesting where he's going to attempt an assassination attempt on Hitler, because I think I've heard before that there was a lot of attempts that I didn't even realize.
Probably
I think I heard before. I don't know if it's accurate, like 37. So,
wow.
This looks like a halfway promising movie. There's other movies that we're going to talk about that are probably bigger priorities, at least one for sure. Yeah. So this is like, if I can, this would be my 3rd movie I think of the weekend. I would still want to try to see it because it looks promising.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's not Javier. Yeah, I thought this trailer looked, it looked good. It looks, mm-hmm. It didn't, how many Hitler assassination movies are there? There's a lot.
Yeah, Tom Cruise even did one, I think. Valkyrie.
Yeah, Inglourious Bastards.
Any other ones you can think? Yeah. I can't think of any other ones.
I know there's 100 of them. I just haven't seen them all.
Okay.
But this looks like it could be a good movie. It is a faith-based movie, so there's going to be Christian messaging and all that. Mm-hmm. That aside, it does look like it's a well-produced movie.
Yeah.
It looks like it could be a great story based on true story. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I think that there's a movie or two that are actually just one movie is on my priority list.
Yes.
But I'm going to be seeing 2 other films this weekend. Yeah. And that one is going to be about a misunderstood, because of her green skin, a young woman named Elphaba forges an unlikely but profound friendship with Glinda, a student with an unflinching desire for popularity. Following an encounter with the Wizard of Oz, their relationship soon reaches a crossroad as their lives begin to take a very different path. This movie is wicked, obviously, about the Wicked Witch and the not Wicked Witch. I don't know what she is. Anyways, the Good Witch.
Okay.
Devin, are you seeing Wicked?
I think I might be. I'll try to figure out a time to see it at some point. I've seen the trailers constantly, like constant marketing for this movie.
Yeah, this movie is being marketed into oblivion. There's merch everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Stephanie wants to get merch.
I feel like I'm almost forced to from FOMO for this movie. It feels like at this point where I'm like,
I know.
I just need to like be able to see it and talk about it because everyone else is going to, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I can't not at this point.
Question is this going to be the next $1 billion movie?
I think there's pretty good potential from the sound of it. From it's a kids movie,
Yeah.
popular IP. It's got. I think this is what you originally predicted as the next $1 billion movie.
Yeah. Over under 60%.
Chance of hitting $1 billion?
Yeah.
I think over. I think.
Yeah, I think over too.
How big of an opening weekend worldwide do you think this movie gets? Over
It
under.
has to be over 200 million.
Oh, okay, yeah. All right. I was gonna start at 150, but yeah, I think you're right. Probably over under 200.
That's what I would guess anyway. I'm not a box office analyst, but that's
Yeah.
what I would say. So
I think I'm gonna see it because it also looked at times in the trailers where it's like Jeff Goldblum says what brings people together is a really great villain.
yeah,
It almost kind of looked like he was a villain, and then, or to an extent,
yeah. Well, have you seen the original Wizard of Oz?
yes,
The wizard's kind of a douche.
yeah,
Yeah, like
mm-hmm.
so. Maybe he is the villain in this one. I don't know.
It'd be kind of interesting
Right.
to see like the kind of dynamic of how that all works. So
Yeah.
I'm seeing this one at some point.
Yeah, I have my tickets. So I think I see it Friday.
Okay.
So keep an eye out for our out of theater reactions.
Yeah.
I'll probably post that one.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Okay.
And on to our final
The big
movie, the big one, the one that we are both excited to see.
Yes, very, very.
So, after his home is conquered by a tyrannical, tyrannical,
Yes.
tyrannical.
Yes.
I've never said that word out loud.
Oh, now
Tyrannical.
now you did.
Have you ever said tyrannical before?
Maybe. Tyrannical.
Tyrannical. So, conquered by the tyrannical emperors who now lead Rome, Lucius is forced to enter the Colosseum and must look to his path to find strength to return the glory of Rome to its people. Gladiator 2.
Yes. Sorry.
Are you seeing Gladiator 2 this week?
Obviously, it was my number 2 most anticipated movie of the year.
Yeah.
And Venom was number 1, so there's no way this is laying me down like Venom.
Better not.
No, God, no.
Yeah.
Ridley Scott, don't let me down again after Napoleon. No, I don't know how he's cranked out like 3 or 4 films in the last like 5 years. It's kind of incredible at his age too.
Yeah, he works.
He
He doesn't stop working.
He just keeps working. No, this looks awesome. From the trailers have been great. The Coliseum scenes and especially with the water, that looks awesome.
The special effects look crazy good.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Everyone's saying Denzel should be getting like Oscar praise for this movie.
I'm hearing that too.
And then Paul Mescal is great as well, obviously.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, I heard that like Pedro doesn't have that big a role in this movie, or it's not
Interesting.
that a lot of
Yeah.
screen time, or it's only like 15 to 20 minutes, it sounded like.
Hmm.
Which kind of surprised me from the looks of it, I guess.
Yeah, because they promote that big battle that they're gonna have at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Well,
no,
I'm trying to think.
looks
Like
awesome.
in the original, did Joaquin Phoenix's character have that much screen time? And I guess he did. Now that I'm looking back, but I don't know. Yeah, I don't know where I was going with that, but yeah, I'm excited.
It's already opened at 87 million worldwide internationally.
It already opened.
To international audiences,
Yeah.
it's already made 87 worldwide. It's the
Wow.
highest overseas already like opening for a Ridley Scott film.
Really?
So it's
Wow.
already doing really well.
Over the first Gladiator. Wow.
Over any Ridley Scott movie for first
Interesting.
like
Yeah.
international opening. So it's
Yeah.
already got very promising, and I'm looking forward to it. This looks awesome.
Yep. Paul Mescal. I saw him in After Sun
Okay.
like a month or two ago.
Mhm.
It broke me down.
Yeah.
And after that, I told myself I want to see more of this guy.
Okay.
So I'm very excited. Ancient Rome, love it.
Yeah.
So yeah. Look out for our out of the theater reactions to
Yes.
Gladiator 2, which I'm seeing. I think I just got my tickets. I'm seeing it on Thursday.
All right.
Thursday. Was
Thursday.
it Thursday at IMAX.
Yes.
I think it was Thursday at IMAX.
Mhm.
So yeah. Thank you for watching. We're gonna be back with more reviews,
Yep.
and we're gonna be watching more trailers to show you guys. So that's it.
Bye.
Bye.